Are you burned out, underslept and exhausted, and yet still have so much to do? Where does all the time go? Today, we're going to find out how you can reclaim some of those lost minutes so you can feel more rested, accomplished, and satisfied. According to writer Gemma Curtis, each of us has on average 28,835 days in our lives. Of that time, we spend 33 years in bed, 7 of them trying to fall asleep. 1 year and 4 months exercising, unless you're my wife, I'm guessing we'll spend something like 5 years exercising, she loves it. We spend 11 years and 4 months on non-work screen time. And 8 years and 4 months of that is spent watching TV, with the rest on social media. In fact, we spend 6 times longer watching TV and 2 times longer on social media than exercising. Yet experts say that even just 10 minutes of exercise a day would increase the overall quality of our sleep.
10 minutes?
See how it's all interconnected? We'll also spend about 3 years on vacation. That might sound like a lot, but compare that to the 13 years and 2 months we'll spend at work. Unless you're Elon Musk, who says he spent 15 years working 100 hours or more a week. He's been known to sleep under his desk. Ladies, most of you will spend about 136 days getting ready. Guys, it's about 46 days for you, unless you're me. We spend 4 years and 6 months eating. 66% of workers say they eat meals at their desks. We spend 235 days waiting in line. After all of that, it's no wonder that we spend just 1 year and 3 days of our lives socializing. But here's some good news. We spend about 115 days of our lives laughing. It's pretty shocking, right? Who knew we were spending so much time on things we probably don't really care about and so little on the things we do? Here's the thing, and I say this in my book, Think Like a Monk. No matter what you think your values are, your actions tell the real story. Sure, there are things we have to do, like go to work, but when we have free time, we dedicate that time to what we value. You may say and even believe that you value time with your partner or your kids most of all, but when you have spare time, you're more often scrolling on your phone or with your friends. There's a well-known saying by Ben Franklin, and it's worth remembering. It goes, when you take care of the minutes, the hours will take care of themselves. When we don't spend our time on what we value, mostly that's not on purpose. It's because we're simply not paying attention. Part of that is because for a lot of us, by the time we have spare time, we're wiped out and it's just hard to get motivated to change gears.
I need my sleep.
The other reason we waste time is we discount the value of our minutes. You're probably familiar with the dreaded time gap. That's what I call the mysterious black hole where our missing time goes. You know, when you're at work and you sit down to do something, but then a headline pops up on your news alerts and you click on it, and the next you look at the clock, it's 45 minutes later, and you don't know where the time went. Or when you get home and you're about to change your clothes to get some exercise, but first you just want to forward this hilarious meme to a friend, and then all of a sudden, 90 minutes have gone by and you're still sitting on your couch.
I must have lost track of time.
We lose time because we treat our minutes like dimes. A dime isn't worth much to most, right? It's just like 10 cents. If we were walking down the street and saw a dime, most of us wouldn't even stop to pick it up. According to data from Provision Living, the average American spends 324 minutes on their phone every day. If you measured that in dimes, over a single day you'd have enough money to pay for a drop-in yoga or meditation class. Over 7 days, you'd have enough to pay for organic groceries for a week for 2 people. Over a month, you could take a long weekend at a deluxe Airbnb. But let's say you didn't spend those dimes, but instead put them in a basic savings account. By the end of the year, you'd have $11,826. But forget dimes, in actual minutes, if you spend just an hour less on your mobile phone per day, you'd have an extra 21,900 minutes per year. That's a lot of time saved, and a lot more time to do the things that support you, your health, your well-being, along with the other things and people you value.
That's a good point.
As Michael Altshuler once said, the bad news is time flies, the good news is you're the pilot. So let's get specific and find out where your time gaps are. You're going to spend a week tracking your time, and you're going to do it here with me. Here's how you do it. Take a sheet of paper or create a spreadsheet or however you like to do it, and make columns for the following categories: family, friends, health, you time, sleep, and work. And if you tend to spend loads of extra time at work, make a separate category called extra work to tally your time beyond a standard day. I don't want any excuses, and we're not going to make a separate category for eating because for most of us, that overlaps with another category. Now, if you have kids and a partner, you can subdivide family into separate categories of partner and kids if you want to be really detailed. So, for a week, count how much time you spend on each. Again, if you're really detailed, you can go down to the minute, but otherwise divide it by 15-minute increments. By the end of the week, the areas where you spend the most time should match what you value the most. All of us obviously have to pay the bills and we have to go to work, so you're really looking at your time outside of work and comparing that. So it's possible a single week might not give you the full picture, but starting with this weekly snapshot of how you spend your time will start giving you insights on where you're losing it. I'll tell you what, this is a really powerful tool. I used to wonder why I always felt like there wasn't enough time for the things that were important. Then I tracked how much time I was spending overall, and I realized I could start stretching it. I'll keep the results to myself, but let's just say it was a learning experience. When it comes to how you spend your time in more meaningful ways, here's a simple exercise that can help. It's from author and yoga teacher Max Storm. When you're considering your options for how to spend your time, think about it as how you're spending your life. Actually substitute the word life for the word time. Ask yourself, would I rather spend this next hour of life watching a movie or having a device-free dinner with my partner? Would I rather spend 30 minutes of life scrolling through Netflix, trying to pick something to watch, or going for a walk or doing some meditation?
This is tough.
Spend a week doing this. It will remind you that the minutes matter. Now finally, I know how often we've all said, I just wish there was an extra hour in the day. But here's a little exercise based on brain science that can make it feel like we actually do have more time. When you have a moment that you're truly enjoying, say you're sharing a laugh with a friend or a deep hug with your partner, you're playing with your kids, or you just find a few moments of your peace and quiet on your own, in your day, do this. You know how in those cool sequences in The Matrix and other action movies when time goes into super slow motion? That's what you're going to do with your brain and your experience in that moment. It just takes a few seconds, anyone can do it. When you notice one of those amazing moments where things just feel so good, go slow-mo and fully, deeply notice what you're feeling in that moment. Take a deep breath and drop into how you're feeling in your mind, your heart, and your body. When you do that to your brain, it's like you're actually slowing down time and extending those incredible moments. And the coolest part is that doing that with those meaningful moments actually rewires your brain to focus on those more positive experiences in your life than the negative ones. So over time, it will actually feel like your life is overall more positive. And it's self-reinforcing because it feels so good to slow down mentally and bring your full presence and focus to those moments. You'll automatically start to do it more often. So while you may not actually get more minutes in the day, the quality of your minutes will improve dramatically. I really hope that you're gonna give this a test. Share in the comments what you learn and realize, and share this video with someone you wanna try it with. Thanks for watching, I'll see you soon. If you want even more videos just like this one, make sure you subscribe and click on the boxes over here. I'm also excited to let you know that you can now get my book, Think Like a Monk, from thinklikeamonkbook.com. Check below in the description to make sure you order today.